So today's practice is going to focus on opening up the front of the upper body. So in particular, opening up the heart and getting some space at the front of the shoulders and releasing tension from the upper back, which is something that we can all use all year round, but especially this time of year when things are getting a little bit colder. It might be a stressful time. We tend to hunch our shoulders against the cold. We tend to round in and hunch forward when we're stressed as well. So we're going to do some work to unwind that. So we're going to start today in child's pose. And bring your head down and knees may be wide apart for child's pose if that feels okay. And let there be just a few moments here in the beginning of your practice where you can close your eyes and let your body start to settle onto your mat. And you can focus all of your attention onto your breath. So we have the ability to pay attention to a bunch of different things at any given time. It's a kind of talent that we've cultivated, and it's useful off the mat. But here on the mat, we're going to switch gears and we're going to hone our focus and create this kind of single pointedness. So in yoga, dhyana, and dharana, the meditation and the concentration go hand in hand. Bring your awareness to your breath and then see if you can send your breath into the back ribs. So each time you inhale, you feel a rise up into the back ribs, right up underneath the kidneys. So it's right around where the rib cage ends. Your kidneys are the home of the adrenal glands, which support you when you're stressed, but when you're perpetually stressed, these adrenals tend to get taxed. So breathe as though you could use your breath to massage the kidneys, the home of the adrenals. And then come up to hands and knees, and we're going to bring the knees a little closer together, and we're going to come into a puppy stretch. So the hips stay up over the knees and the arms reach forward. And now send your breath into your side ribs. You might even come up onto the tips of your fingers, and if your head doesn't come down to the mat, bring a block underneath your head. We want the hands and the head to be like an anchor point. We're going to start to gently sway the hips side to side. And it doesn't have to be a lot. Let there be some movement into the side body. The head can rock side to side as well. The forehead stays down either on a block or the mat, even as the head might rock. Come back to hands and knees, and we'll take a couple cat-cow tilts. Inhaling to lift up and exhaling to round. Let your body move at the pace of your breath. Take the fullest possible inhale, and then let the rounding of your back help you press all the air out on the exhale. From hands and knees, we're going to blend this cat-cow with a little intro vinyasa. So we're going to walk the hands forward a little bit, maybe even the knees back, so the stance gets a bit longer. And dip your chest down. Elbows can go out to the side. We're going to slink forward, draw your chest down as much as feels comfortable. It doesn't have to be a lot. And as we bring ourselves forward, we're going to end up in either a cobra or an upward dog or somewhere in between. It'd be nice if the knees are down for this. The elbows can be bent. Lift your chest, and for a few breaths, get a little rock side to side. But there's also a lifting at your thigh bones, so we're not sinking into the low back. So the thigh bones are hugging up into the belly, and the belly is hugging up into the rib cage. And there's this lifting up of the rib cage all the way up through the chest, through the chin, through the crown of the head. And then we're going to round the back and draw back, hips towards heels. So again, come forward, sling forward, chest close to the ground. Lift the chest. And then exhale to round the back, hips towards heels. Inhale forward. Exhale back, right, at your own pace. A few more times. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. And exhale back. And this time, hips back up, downward facing dog. And walk around a little bit. So not just bending one knee and bending the other knee the way we often do when we're walking out, but let there be a little twist to the hips. Get into the side body. And so we're moving away from just straightforward linear interpretations of the poses and letting the poses, letting the movements reflect the dynamic shapes that are in the body, right? And the roundness in the joints, the way that, the complex way that the muscles fit together around the joints, especially in the hips and the shoulders. So take the right leg high on an inhale, and then step the right foot between your hands. We're going to bring the left knee down, reach your arms up, low lunge. Instead of this being just a pure back bend, keep the openness in the chest, but hug the low belly up and in towards the spine so you can feel the low back get some of its length back. And then keep this as we take the left wrist with the right hand, reach up and over to the right. If at any point you feel compression in the low back or you feel stuck, you can just pulse the hips a little bit, right? So an activation in the legs will give you often length in your low back. Because what it's really waking up is this sense of the very start of Mula Bandha, right, which comes from the inner thighs in part hugging in to give us some balance at the base of the pelvis to then find the lift of Mula Bandha. So from the side bend, give it a little forward bend, right? Puff out through the left shoulder blade. So as though you could send your inhales into the left shoulder blade. And then we're going to go back to the side bend and peel it back just a little bit. Open your chest so it's a side bend with a little bit of a back bend. Take a big inhale. As we exhale, let's twist now to the right. You can use the left arm for a little bit of leverage, but keep the right arm wide. And create as much length as you can in the twist. Again, a little pulsing up and down in the hips might give you some more space through the low spine. And we'll come back. Step back to high plank. Pause here. Draw your hands back towards your feet so you feel the muscles around the shoulder blades engage and you feel the muscles across the chest engage. So this pose is not so much about arm strength, but it's the trunk muscles, the core muscles that are working to hold you here. And as you hug those muscles, draw your chest forward more. And then you can lower all the way down or halfway down, and cobra or upward dog, and downward dog. Big breath in, exhale it out. Left leg high, left foot between your hands, right knee down, reach up. Find the hugging in. So there's integrity in the spine. and then we reach up and over to the left. So it's no accident that we're focused so much on the length and the strength around the spine and supporting that. You know, in science, it's the central nervous system, and in movement traditions like yoga, it's the central column of energy, like the Shiva Shakti line, the Kundalini line. It's not a coincidence that they all correspond. You're going to round the back now. Send the breath out underneath the right shoulder blade, just a little forward, fold to this, and then go to the side and then peel it back. One more breath, and then exhale to twist to the left. So it's not like we're trying to necessarily perfect these big, huge poses, but it's like, okay, when I have my legs apart and my body's in a twist, how can I still maintain the length and support of my backbone? So every pose, even as complex as it might look, with all the extremities in whatever place they find themselves, every pose is focused on hugging in towards essentially Tadasana, right? This neutral alignment of the backbone and the pelvis. Protecting the central column in the body. High plank, low plank, up dog, and down dog. You can always modify that vinyasa with going all the way to the mat, cobra, and then pressing back, or you can skip it. You can always go right to down dog. Take a big inhale. Exhale it out. Let's walk to the front of the mat. Inhale to a long spine. Exhale, fold. We're going to take sun salutation A's. Just a few to warm up the whole body. Inhale, reach up, reach back. Feel the lift right up underneath your heart. Exhale, bow down. Inhale, flat back. High plank. Lower. Lift. And press back. In your way. Big breath in. Exhale out. Big breath in. Exhale out. Big breath in. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, walk or jump. Inhale, flat back. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, bow down. Inhale, flat back. High plank. Low plank. Up dog. And down dog. Or whatever variation feels right. Big deep breaths. Maybe some movement in your down dog. Right? So it doesn't have to be static. It doesn't have to be rigid. You can even get a little twist or walk it out as you're here. Feel the places where your body's getting softer. And you can respond by opening up the pose a bit. Bend your knees, look forward, walk or jump. Inhale, flat back. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bow down. Inhale, flat back. High plank. To low. Lift your chest and press back. Inhale. Exhale. Big breath in. Exhale out. Big breath in. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, walk or jump. Inhale, flat back. Exhale to fold. Utkatasana, come up. And so in Utkatasana, same thing, right? We can end up in a back bend easily. Kind of blow out through the center and put all the effort into the low back muscles. You already put a lot of work there throughout the day. So see if you can draw the belly in instead, right? But keep the chest open. We don't need to pitch forward. Keep the chest open and lifted, right? But hug the belly up and in. Make the back more full and broad. And then feel the low ribs as you hug the belly up and into the spine, feel the low ribs. Maybe even close your eyes here. Feel your breath so strong that you can feel the ribs press out into your palms on each inhale. And you might even open your mouth for this. Reach the arms up. We're going to hook the thumbs and let there be a little bit of a sway side to side in the hips. Free up the muscles all along the back. We're starting to work out the patterns. You can take the body in circles too, right? We're trying to work out some of the patterns that we've put into these muscles all along the spine through our habitual day-to-day posture. Seated, standing, and wherever we tend to kind of compromise and compensate. Clean the slate, and then come back. Belly in, big, big breath. Sit a little lower. 3 more. And you can feel the heat. You can feel the fatigue. It doesn't mean you have to back away. Sit in a little bit more. See what's on the other side. Big breath in. Exhale, forward fold and bow. Inhale, flat back. High plank. To low plank. Up dog. And down dog. Right leg high on an inhale. Exhale, right foot forward, crescent lunge. Come up. Right. So again, everything's hugging in towards the spine. Thighs hug in. Legs are active. The belly muscles hug in and lift up, and you're able to get length in the low back. Drop the tailbone down. We need this integration. We're taking this into a balance in motion. So from here, hands to your heart. Come forward to Dekasana. And then knee up to your chest. Dekasana. Step back. Crescent lunge. So you can go at your own pace. You can go super slow, or you can speed it up. But if you speed it up, keep the integrity, right? Find at least a moment of pause in each pose, right? So that it's not so much about whether you can stick it, whether you can hold it, whether it looks perfect. There's no kind of dress recital here at the end of this. It's more about challenging your body as you move, your mind to stay with the movement. Find a moving meditation. And if you fall, okay, you fall. You're going to learn a lot more from feeling that fall and feeling what it's like to come back into balance than if you have it perfect the whole time. We don't learn things so well when they come easily. So challenge what you know, or what you think you know. You don't have to be good at this. You just have to move through something new. And one more time. Crescent lunge, pause, open your chest. Now take a big, big breath in. Hands to the mat. High plank, low plank, up dog, and down dog. Big breath in, empty it out. Left leg high, left foot between the hands, crescent lunge. Hug in, hands to the heart, Dekasana. Knee up, take it back. And so take it at your own pace. It's okay if there's a burn in the legs. It's okay if there's fatigue. Right? See if you can stay with it. Not with a brutality, not like powering through. Just like powering through the hurt, but like feel what's actually happening. Oftentimes we're not used to being in our bodies. We're not used to feeling what we feel. So we feel discomfort and we instantly back away. Because we think discomfort's going to be a quick path to pain. But when we're present to feeling the sensations as they arise, oftentimes discomfort is just what happens before change. Right? Discomfort is what happens when we're moving into new territory, right? Physically or otherwise. So stay the course, but stay present. If it becomes pain, you stop. If it's strong sensation, if it's a challenge, if it's a heat, stay with it. One more time, and we'll take it back to crescent lunge. Inhale. Exhale to the mat. High plank, low plank, up dog, and down dog. Big breath in, empty it out. Let's bend the knees, look forward, walk or jump. Inhale, flat back. Exhale to fold. Utkatasana, find that hugging in right away. And the lift in the chest, hands to your heart. Big inhale, exhale, twist. Sit back. Open your chest. And maybe you open your arms. And if you want the arm balance from here, you can take it. Breathe for 3. Lengthen your spine. 2. Big inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Separate your feet, grab your big toes. Inhale to a long spine. Exhale, bow down, shake your head out. Let the weight rock forward into the roots of your toes. The heels get light. And take the kind of breaths that clear you out. And so this is like a refueling station. And if it was challenging to breathe in a challenging pose, here's where you get to take big, big, big deep breaths and kind of reset. And then feet together, Utkatasana, inhale. Exhale, hands to your heart, big breath in. Exhale, twist to the left. Stay here or open your arms. Take strong breath for 3, 2, and 1. Forward fold, separate your feet. Hands underneath your feet for Padahastasana. Inhale to a long spine and exhale to fold. Let everything in the upper body be soft. Maybe even a sway side to side. So there's a water-like quality. And then release your hands. Utkatasana. Forward fold. Flat back. Low plank. Up dog. Down dog. Right leg high. Right foot forward. Warrior 1. Warrior 2. We're going to take the arms in small circles. Keep the arms straight. Get the rotation at the shoulder joint. Warming up the muscles of the rotator cuff and the chest and the back. See if you can feel the effort and the warmth as much in the front of the chest as you can in the upper back. And steady breath, strong legs here, legs hugging in towards one another. Switch directions. Give yourself the kind of breath that supports this, right? No matter what kind of heat is building. And then pause, flip the front palm, reverse your warrior. Bend the front knee and peel the right side ribs back. Side angle lunge. Look towards the back. And roll your left shoulder back to open your chest. We're going to take a little vinyasa here. So inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. And so go at your own pace. Let it be really fluid, like the movement of water. Follow your breath, and you might even close your eyes. Right? Just let yourself get lost in it. It's not actually getting lost in it. It's just being fully in the body, fully in the moment. We're
so used to being in our thoughts, in the analytical mind, that it can feel for a moment like we got lost when we're fully dropped in. On your next reverse warrior, big inhale, exhale, hands to the mat, high plank, low plank, up dog, and down dog. Left foot forward, warrior one. Open up to warrior two. Small circles, strong breath. Stay with it. Maybe you just close your eyes. Stay with the sensation, just feel it. Reverse direction. Flip the front palm, reverse warrior, reach back, bend the front knee. Good. Side angle lunge. Inhale to reverse, exhale side angle. Inhale to reverse, exhale side angle. Inhale to reverse, exhale side angle. Flow at your own pace. Maybe you even close your eyes. And just embody the movement. Strong legs. You need the strength in the lower body to support the freedom of movement in the spine and the upper body. There's always a balance. On your next inhale, exhale to the mat. High plank, low plank, up dog, and down dog. Big breath in. Exhale it out. Let's bring the knees down. Bring the knees wide apart. Walk the hands in a little closer and we'll thread the needle. So right arm high. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach underneath the body and lower down. You can press into your left hand for leverage or wrap the right arm up and around your back. Instead of letting the left shoulder collapse, get a little bright at the front of the left shoulder. Open it up. Remember, the opening comes from the center of your chest first. Come back to center. And move any way that feels good, maybe side to side, forwards and back, around the back and roll. Just kind of give yourself an antidote to the shape we were just in. Big stretch, and then we'll take the other side, so left arm high, inhale, and left arm reaches through. Gently peeling open the front of the right shoulder. And come back to center. And again, any little movement that helps bring your body back into balance. You're going to bring the knees together and curl the toes under, and we'll sit back onto the heels for a moment. And so here too, we often want to default into a back bend. So it takes some of the weight off the feet to do this, but instead see if you can hug the low belly up and in, get length in the low back. So we're seeking that Tadasana, that neutral alignment, kind of like anatomical posture, which takes some level of effort to maintain. we're going to bring the right hand towards the right heel. It doesn't have to hold the right heel. You can maybe even just leave the fingertips on the right heel as we come up into a half Ustrasana. So left arm high, hips up, look up. Exhale, come back, switch hands. So inhale, right arm high. Exhale back, and you can always take the knees wider apart if you need to. Inhale up. Exhale back. A few more times. Let the breath really carry you up. Go at the pace of your breath. So the inhale sends you soaring, as though you're the sail of a sailboat and the wind is catching you at your back, billowing up. A few more times. The thighs will get a little tired. Move through it. It's fatigue. That's what happens when things change, when you're going into a place the body's not used to going, but see what's on the other side. Keep moving through. Bigger breaths to support that. And then settle back down. We'll come back to hands and knees. And we're going to come down to a Sphinx pose. So forearms down. And although this looks really still from the outside, there's a continual pressing down of the forearms and a continual lifting of the chest, rolling of the heads of the shoulders back. And it's so subtle, like it doesn't look from the outside like anything's moving, but on the inside, there's this like kind of evolution up. Because what happens if you're not focused on that continual lifting of the chest, is that the evolution is collapse, right? Over time, as we kind of get more unconscious in the posture, we sink, right? So instead, keep pressing into the forearms, lifting up. Okay, everything from the waist down is really relaxed. And this is designed to bring a lot of energy to the center of the back. So if you feel that, that's okay, just stay with it. And you can stay here or take seal. The hands get flat, the arms are stick straight. Hands can be as far away from you and as wide apart as they need to be to moderate the slope of your spine. Bringing the hands in closer obviously makes a steeper slope to the backbone. If wherever you find yourself is too intense, just come back down to Sphinx, right? Forearms down. That lifting up in the chest wherever you are, breath by breath. Feel the shoulder blades descending down the back. Relax your feet, all the muscles of your legs, the glutes. Breathe for 3, 2, lift your heart a little more, and slowly come down, stack your hands, cheek on your hands, and let the heels drop out, whole body relaxes. Feel whatever sensations may have built up, feel them dissipate now. Notice how it all changes. And nothing stays the same forever. Try to use your belly muscles now as you bring yourself back and your hands. So the hands go down alongside the chest. We're going to bring ourselves back, hips towards heels, kind of like a child's pose. Stretch back a bit. And then coming up, we're going to take the blocks if you have them. If you don't have them, books would be great. To the center of your mat. Something more solid though than a pillow. A pillow is going to allow you to sink into the places that we actually want to open up. So something nice and solid, even on either side. come up to your knees and feel for your hip points, like the pointy peak at the crest of each side of the pelvis. And once you found those, you want to make contact with them. Once you found them, bring the hip points onto the center of each block. You might need to shimmy a little bit to get it quite right, and then stack the hands and have your cheek in the opposite direction. But again, relax the whole body. Close your eyes. So this is designed to just open up at the back of the pelvis, around the sciatic nerve, the SI joint. There aren't that many poses that can passively stretch this area, the muscles and the connective tissue, in a balanced, symmetrical way. So the good news is the less you do, the more effective this pose is. Releasing any tension or irregularity back there, any strain, any pinching. It's really good for sciatica in particular. But even though there's a lack of activity in the body, for all intents and purposes, there's the balance, okay? The balance of effort and ease that's in every pose. The balance is in the vigilance with which you are present to the sensations in this pose, because we're working into an area that can be tricky. A lot of us have low back pain or injury. So instead of relaxing and then just drifting off, have this very awake relaxedness. So instead of the idea that we have to be on our toes all the time, stressed in order to be ready for whatever's coming next. A lot of our movement traditions, like yoga, even martial arts, teach a preparedness from a relaxed but watchful stillness. So it's a stillness but not a sleepiness. Be aware of all sensations as they come and they fall away and they change into something new. And then again, we're going to come back towards child's pose using the hands and the low belly muscles more than the low back muscles, and you can move the blocks out of the way, or you can slide the blocks forward for a little more of a stretch in the shoulders. Arms would be stick straight if you're using the blocks. And you could even have your fingertips down, palms lifted. Come on up, and we'll come on to our backs. Knees in towards your chest. We'll rock side to side. Feel free to let the knees even move in circles independent of one another. As you close your eyes, this is more like investigation. It's like you're doing research in your own body. Just feel the relationship between each thigh bone and the hip socket, and what changes as you move each in one direction or another. And then happy baby pose. So hold the insides of your feet or the insides of your thighs. And let your legs take on their natural weightiness. So you don't have to pull your legs down, but you don't resist the weight of the leg bones and gravity's effect on them. You let the hips soften as the legs be heavy as they are. Even here, you could rock a little bit side to side if you wanted to. very low back, around the back of the pelvis. There's certainly more pressure in this pose than when we had our hips on the blocks. And so it's something you want to move through tenderly and a bit more cautiously. And you may feel this much more at the inner thighs. You may feel this in a totally different part of the hip. And then release. Hug the knees together for a moment, and then both knees to the left and chin to the right. With each exhale, let yourself melt down a little bit more. So, the opposite of effort in yoga isn't being inactive or being passive, but it's being receptive. So with each exhale, you let yourself get a little bit softer and gentler. And then come back through center, and we will take the twist to the other side. So you're present, you're in your body, you're with your breath. You're here, moment by moment, watching, noticing, feeling. Come back to center. We'll take a full body stretch. Reach through your fingers, reach through your toes. Maybe an inversion with the legs up for a couple breaths. And then Shavasana. So again, you're completely relaxed, but you are fully here. Breath by breath, moment by moment, here to watch the sensations arise, the thoughts arise, the feelings arise. Watch it all fall away and something else arise in its place. Be here for whatever is happening now.
big breath out. Come up to seated. Bring your hands to your heart. Take a moment to notice how you feel and to appreciate the hard work that you've done. Feel the echoes of that in your body. Big inhale. Open your mouth, clear it out. Thumbs to your forehead. And as a thank you to yourself and to each other, as we bow, we say namaste.